As I was saying in the chat, I'm just loving this new members hub. It's so cool. I'm really loving it. I think I've hung out for 1 week in here, and I'm just really loving it. Okay. I don't know how it's going for you guys. Are you liking the new vibe? It's like the little secret room. So those of you that watch this video after, come and join us. It's quite fun in here. We can have a bit of a laugh. We can have these candid chats. I'll be doing the super chats after. And we're moving the weekly twin flames into the members hub. VIP, come join us. It's quite fun. We can get the energy. We can channel it quietly and we can get it out the way. Hi, Giggle. How are you? Okay, so we're going to do, I thought we'd start with feminines because I know you guys probably, look, those of you that can't sleep, this is the benefit. This hour, it means I'm keeping you company. When you're up in your toots, it's probably healthier for you. We can come and have a bit of a laugh and we can keep each other company. And if you feel tired, apparently my voice has a soothing effect. I don't understand why. Oof. I don't know. You're getting sexy back. Yeah, femmes first. I was like, let's check where we're at. Let's check the good, the bad, and the ugly. Should we ask that? The good, the bad, the ugly, what we're up for? We'll put it over here. We'll put it over here. The good, bad, the ugly. We kind of know what those things are. The good part is it's going to get better. The bad part is we're probably looking in the mirror going, heck, man, I've got to look after myself. Okay, the ugly is, yeah, it could be, you know, the ugly truth. Good, the bad, the ugly. Okay. Universe, please show us, and we'll pull a chakra card per bit. Hi, Char. So you're enjoying the members new hub? Are you getting a vibe of the new tier levels? I'm going to have to do a new video, which I'll try and do that next week. And once we get these done, because I have done the restructuring, we're going to get the feminine, masculine karmic done today. And then midweek, we'll come back again and we will do the weekly updates that will be due on Friday. And we're also going to do another set of twin flames. So you'll have them well and truly before, and we'll get ahead. And I'll be cramming homework to restructure everything. So then hopefully next month you'll have your star signs, you'll have the twin flame stuff already, and education content will be coming out. So I'm going to be cramming this week, but we're going to get all those ready. So all the twin flamey things are in here. They get released to the public. We get our information and education content up and rolling. So I'll have to have a meeting with you guys in the top tier level. For that coming this week, I'll have a chat. And so where we used to have the 3 sessions, we're turning it into a session a week. But you probably see me in here all the bloody time now. I pulled it incorrectly. Having a moment. Yeah. Okay, so what is the good? What is the good? What is the good to be good? We're good. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. What's the good? It's coming to an end. That's the good. Out with the old, off with the heads. Apparently the death card is the good. It's a good thing. That's the good. We're going to elaborate on that one. Scorpio season, I'd say. It's coming to terms with things. Coming to terms with things and having a revelation and ending of an old cycle. I'm like, how is that good? Well, yeah, technically it is. I mean, this is why the beauty in Scorpio comes through. A lot of people really misinterpret the Scorpio energy because it can be all the gruesome, you know, it's the gore and it's the grit. A lot of horror movies come out with that. And it's able to face realities. You'll have a lot of, you know, you could be a pathologist. You might be, you know, you might work in a morgue. It's like, yep, been there, done that, bought t-shirt. You can see it, and it's not that it's fun, but it's part of life, right? It's actually looking at those things and with a sense of acceptance and resolve, and also that in life there's the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? It's acceptance of that. So that is one way we can look at it. Hi, Angela, how are you? Okay, now what's the bad? What, that there could be more? We are getting into the read, but we thought we'd do this for entertainment purposes to raise the vibration and to see what we're actually moving away from. And I thought we'd treat the feminines and we'd look at that first today. What is the bad? Focus, YILDIZ. I'm looking at green. Green's actually streaming through my curtain at the moment, which is heart chakra. We're in Mercury station direct. Okay, what is the ugly? Okay, so there's something, okay. What's the bad? It will be bad if we're not humble with accepting and ending and knowing, because emotionally where we are at the moment, we've got spirit of fire, okay? We've got things to do with our partnerships and marriages coming up, and you know, us being feminine, because it doesn't have to be you're a woman, you're the empath. It's our spirit of fire. It's actually a piece of our spark to a degree had died inside us, and it's like we're revisiting it. And we're like, okay, where's my zen? Where's my bliss? What makes me happy? What drives my fire? Where are my healthy boundaries at? So what you move through was pretty hard, and it can feel, you know, Marlo, the great therapist, talked about this at Soul Walk-ins, and some of the personal experiences I've had with, it can feel like a near-death experience. It's like it gets so overwhelming, and emotionally, yeah, we're purging through the third eye, we're purging through the heart chakra, so it's head and heart decisions, and it can be these control dynamics. But the key to it at the moment is what we need to understand, a little bit like Celine Dion, can beauty come after darkness? Yes, it can, but you have to be able to let go and reach psychological third eye. You know, I said to you guys on the chat, tap your third eye if it's affecting you. Let go of it and allow it to, you know, wash out, and it's going to feel better. It's about coming to terms with these things. The bad part will be if you fight it and you feel aggressive and you're holding on to it, you're going to make it harder for yourself. So that's the bad part of ascension. That's a bad part of the circumstance. It could be that there can be some people that are really nasty at the minute. And I did say that, unfortunately, we all have that inside us, as well as we do have that can be attracted to us in this week transit. So in the next 7 days, what we can have is this Jupiter energy and Mars being vengeful, and that's not going to work. Manipulation, vengefulness, also having that come towards us, that won't be the fun part. But usually it's an actual compliment. So like I mentioned in the chat, if somebody's messaging you and it's karmic and they're getting really ratty at you, you're actually doing a good darn on a job. Don't intercept, don't communicate with those individuals. The projection is their reflection. If you're becoming part of that simulation, you're actually becoming part of the problem. That's a them problem, not a you problem. Don't make it yours. So that would be the key there. Okay, this is what we're moving away from, but it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. The ugly is contracts. We all get bloody karma, right? Good, bad, ugly. We do. So if you have empathy and understanding, the analogy of this karmic contract that is getting cut out, we might feel at the moment we're blooming cursed, okay? We may feel, why bother being good when it's all the shady people in the world? And this can just be one polarity. I'm not saying that is 100% of what you guys are going through, but sometimes we can feel, gosh, is it, you know, needing to cast a critical eye on a circumstance, but feeling like it's a little bit cursed. It's like, okay, why can one set of people be this octane over here? Why do I have to be perfect? And maybe that's a question that you need to ask yourself is, what does it mean to be divine? Does it mean that you can't have an emotion and a feeling and a need? Not at all. You're allowed to have those needs. There's something that you might be feeling angry about. Okay, so a detail may come through that shows a different light in a current circumstance relating to your life and relating to something that you and your twin are, you know, going to have some information on, and it's the ugly. Okay, so it's the ugly reality of where we stand and what we're going to deal with. So what could that look like? It could be, well, your twin's in a karmic relationship, and in order to be with them, they'd need to have an ending of a contract. It could be a family-related dynamic. It might be a severing of a contract or a marriage. So that's the ugly. It's like, do we really, you know, if we knew better, we'd do better. Life is within our twin flame path where it is. So we can have a little bit of a critical eye looking on it and going, oh, God, you know, this is going to get, could this get messy? Can some of your ascension and your interconnection with this person be messy? 100%. And that's why I think it's sort of like having this epiphany of, gosh, Your ascension has been quite ugly, right? And you know the things that you've been through. This could have been betrayals, affairs, people in the past, mate, and it doesn't have to be just your twin. And usually it's not. It's a multitude of individuals, and it's a multitude of situational shifts. So it's looking at the contract and seeing the good and the bad, but don't just look at the bad. You've got to balance both sides of the scale. So that was interesting. I think I'll pull a chakra card per one and we can dig a bit deeper. But it's Scorpio, and I'm noticing on the card with the death, too many cards, you got the white flower, okay, which is peace. Peace and harmony and rebirth and purity. Why? Because Pluto ends things, but it's that compost. You know, there was a beautiful soul I was talking to the other day, and they were saying, have you noticed the vegetables are rotting? Somebody was talking about planting via astrology, and I was like, well, this is really the better time to plant mushrooms. Why? Because Scorpio can be compost. Yeah, shit. It's organic matter. It's Chiron. Chiron is the lotus flower coming out of the murky waters. So, yeah, could there be rot? Yeah. Could we get tummy bugs? Yeah, that's because of the Scorpio season, but it's because we're recycling to bring something brand new in that is beautiful and pure. And that's you guys. Okay? So if you feel wretched, if you feel like that, it's going to get better. Like I said, once we get notifications going up, you can only go past 3, and then, you know, you kind of don't get a notification. And so we're going to be really active here in the Members Hub during this month and next month as well, because, you know, everything's done in here now. Star signs, twin flames, twin flame weeklies, education content at the top and coaching. And then the lives are super chats and energy updates. That's it. We're in here. Come and hang out with us. Okay, let's see what's going on in Divine Feminine's life. Okay, you could have 2 options, right? You also are Marsing people. So be careful, be humble with that. Remember, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You got a notification this time. Yeah. You can only put 2 notifications up. Past that, past 3, you don't. Don't know how the Members Hub works, if it works separately. Probably only 3, and then after that you won't. If you're on the website, you'll get notifications, but you've got to update those too. But I'm telling you the schedule here. Busy, busy. Chemistry. Oof. I think some of you are getting your sassy back. Some of you, some of this pressure is going to come off. This can be quite a social month for you. Some of you are simply going to be getting everything organized post-Mercury direct. You know, you're kind of like trying to get life together. You could be looking at your health, your diet, your beauty, wanting to change your hair, wanting to change your diet, emotions coming up, self-esteem coming up this week. But I also feel it's almost like your sixth sense is feeling you're going to hear something. There's something inside yourself that you're battling, and it can be some demons. But it's almost like you're kind of telling yourself, like, why am I fighting this? Why am I feeling that nothing's going to change? And I do really feel this week, because this energy is for here moving through to, you know, the whole of next week. And I kind of feel moving into that full moon in Sagittarius, there is going to be a breakthrough. And I'm a bit nervous. I don't know why I feel nervous about this moon, because it's not an eclipse, but I do feel because it does remind me back to where the nodes were in Gemini and Sagittarius. And it is to do with religion and spiritual gurus. We could be really facing our shadow in our beliefs and our conditioning. But I do think this is going to be a breakthrough for the divine masculines, but also within our own lives, in our, you know, in our inner power, in our inner divine. I think that that's changing this week. Okay, something's going to change very radically, and this can be within your status. Now, the status can be money, it can be your partnership, and I feel it is within your partnership. You can be very protective This looks funny. I do feel your counterpart is going to be very attracted to you. It may be that you've been having a lot of drama and so you felt irritable and maybe had misunderstandings with people in the last few weeks. So where you're standing at the moment is, you know, all these changes you've gone through, you're trying to cope with it. We're in the Five of Wands currently where we sit. That is the conflict inside, the conflict of the mind, the head and heart decisions. But I do get that there's a lot of chemistry between you and your counterparts. You could be thinking, oh gosh, you know, where I'm standing right now, would I be drawn into temptation? Yes, you would. It's looking like it here. It's like, you know, something's got to give. But that also can be, don't bring the energy, don't bring the dark energy out of me, because this is probably why I pulled the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, it's like that notion of giving a golden pass, and if you misuse it, I'm taking it back, but I'm going to hex and beast you. So could we look like this? I think it's that we're looking at the devil in the detail, but you're not allowing things to manipulate you. It's permission-based if we do, but there is chemistry. I'm going to pull a chakra card. How is this coming through for feminine? You're there in Mars energy, so can the sacral chakra be activated? Yes. I got it, but I didn't. I don't think it, but remember, this is for next week. This is what we're focusing on. I need to get my sexy back. I need to feel pretty. Am I not pretty enough? And I mean, what's pretty? I think it's where we feel we're in our finest. It doesn't mean the appeal or the allure. You just want to feel vivacious. You just want to feel that you haven't been dragged through a bush backwards and you're in a more stable psychological manner. You like actually brushed your hair or brushed your teeth. You know, you're a human being that feels you're a functioning energy. This is why we feel we've been, you know, ripped through a bush backwards, having to do too many things, being in the masculine, worn out divine feminine. Could that make you angry? Yes. You know, I talked to a couple of YouTubers and they were like, oh, Yildiz, I don't look pretty. My sister said to me when I did the live on Facebook, she goes, oh, you look really nice. I said, why? Because I put some oil paint on. It's not real. Under here looks haggard. Okay, free spirit. You're just jumping in the deep. I do feel this vibe's going to pick up, Dales. I honestly do. I feel it's just because we're really burnt out. Your passion and your chemistry is sort of like, you know, you're wanting that. But you've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. You've been through, I call it, you know, being thrown in a washing machine on a fast cycle. That's what I called it on Facebook on my own private page. My girlfriend came on and she was Taurus and she goes, Yildiz, I need to talk to you. And I said, oh, Taurus, you've been through it. Oh, Gemini, Virgo has, we all have. But, you know, Taurus can link to the feminine. Can be to do with equality in the sexes because it's Taurus, which is it's, you know, both sexes. Do you know what I mean? And we've seen that in the media. So in our inner masculine and our inner feminine, we're trying to balance the both of them, but one was going to extremes. And therefore, through the Mercury, which is the head and the heart, we're exhausted. Now, you know, thrown in a washing machine on fast cycle, thrown in the tumble dryer, coming in with matted hair and trying to look pretty. You're tired. So your temperament is going to be a little bit testing and snappy. You know, you'll be like going on a cruise and then suddenly someone will say something left and you'll be, what'd you say? You've got to be careful. You've got to be mindful of this. So it's about that self-awareness, I feel, and that self-awareness is going to keep us humble and grounded. Doesn't mean to say that we can't, off with its head sort of analogy. It's like, but it's the mindset. It's the good grief, you know, you're kind of irritating me, and creating a healthy boundary with yourself. It's like being aware of where you're at. And if you're moody and you go out and go to a function, well, you're going to be snappy, aren't you? So it's about that self-awareness and accountability. Okay, with that, you know, those of us that have kids, you can be a bit moody. With your partnership, we're going to dig into that in a minute, but I want to check you guys first what's playing out. Okay, Okay, if this person's coming through to you in your mind's eye, you're like, don't even intercept with that 5D stuff. And it's not really 5D because it's kind of 4D. You're being strict in love, okay? If somebody else is communicating with you and maybe it was something that you had entertained and it's somebody other than your twin, you could be really strict with yourself, maybe seeing it differently. Could you be open to other connections? Potentially. But again, you're also still going to have these belief systems, wounds and conditioning, and you're going to take your time with it. You're like, if I see or smell a rat, no. Not having it. Okay, there's gossip coming in. Okay, be careful what you seek. You will find. I've said that 100 times. Apparently, it's not true, whatever it is. Okay, if somebody's trying to push you and test you and scare you, it could be somebody different to who you think it is. I know a couple of subscribers have had that happen recently, and that used to happen to me regularly with the karmics. It was like they would inbox me and stalk me on YouTube, and it was like, hi. I know you hate me. It's all about you, though, you know. Anywho, so if there's individuals in that, look, if somebody's giving you gossip to do with your twin, what's being shown here in the card is it's not true. It's false. It's a lie. Just because you see something on a, you know, well, why do you think magazines do so well? They use the human psychology. They go into the color senses. It's a facade. It's Neptune. Okay, the mask is coming off with the circumstance. It could even be the way you're looking at this connection. You know, maybe they were a god to you and now they're a human being. Now they're equal to you. It's like, okay. You know? Yeah. So there's gossip coming in. It could be something you heard through the grapevine, a belief you've been having in your psyche to do with, but what my guides are saying is whatever it is, it's not quite as you seem it is, but there's going to be something that does bring your happiness back. There's something that is going to happen that is, and that can be just the fact that you're feeling better and so you're not so up in your head about it, or it could be a physical situation, communication, information. Hear the thing out, listen to the situation. I feel it could be the person actually showing up. Some of you could have a surprise visit. This is going to equal a fresh start. Okay. Some of you can get fresh offers as well. Some of you are scared that you, oh God, why do we do that to ourselves? I've so been here. We're human, I guess. Okay, I think the old kind of demeanor you had about relationships might have been to the point where you felt in order to be in a relationship, you needed to be Play-Doh. And it was like, okay, what can I give this person? Getting to know their needs and dislikes, which you do inside a relationship, but it does go to extremities inside the twin flame partnership because in the initial stages, the communication is just terrible. And so you do tend to walk on eggshells and really make sure you get to know them very well, which is great training because you can use it later, girls. Girls and guys, you can use it later. Trust me, it goes in your favour. It's all that toolbox you're getting prepared for. It's like, I'll remember that one. Okay, you're not willing to sacrifice everything now. Maybe in the old days you would have given anything, and now it's like, yeah, you give an inch, you take a mile. I think you're pulling the rope back a bit, and you're, yes, could this be protective? 100%. I do feel some of you might have been off work. Some of you, there's something to do with work changing. But I definitely feel inside the connection, it's sort of like it's on limitation. It's a limited edition. So you're kind of looking at it like hangman at a foundation. In the old days, you might have been the hangman in all relationships, and especially in this one. And now you're kind of looking at it going, yeah, I can't do everything. No. They might come to you and say, I really like it when you do handstands. And you're like, I don't have strong arms, but I've got strong legs. Can we try something different? You're just realizing that you can't do everything. And you're like, no, I can't do that. And I'm not going to sacrifice everything. There could be a, and maybe that is what the challenge is at the moment. It's like, okay, where are we at in life? whatever role, this could be a circumstance that's out of your hand, and it's not necessarily that you don't want to do that. It could be a circumstance that they're dealing with, which really within my twin flame path, this completely relates to me as well. And there was a circumstance that has been going on where it is a part of my twin's journey, but not my journey. So you're trying to be empathetic and understanding, but you're in it, but you're not. Do you get what I'm saying? So there could be something that you wish you could be there for that individual for a thing, but you're unable to due to circumstances. This also could be, I don't know why I'm hearing this. I want to hold your hand. And you're like, I can't. You're going to have to pull the toenail out. Okay? I know it hurts. Poor divine masculine. But it's like they're dealing with a circumstance that is challenging. And some of you might know what it is. The good, the bad, the ugly. You've been there, right? So you may have a perspective of that because you've been in a position that they've been in right now, that you're kind of thinking, yeah, it's going to be painful. It is going to be painful, but it's going to get better, okay? So there's also something for divine feminines, that inner soul purpose. If you are working and you hate your job, you're transitioning over. Some of you were looking at your life and thinking, this is affecting my home, finances, and family. What do I do with this on this side? How much sacrifice can I make? Am I getting worn out? Where do I get the balance back? What's going to work? Is it a change of environment? Is it a change in career? Is it a change in the way you look after yourself because you're doing too much? Thank God Saturn's going retrograde. It's really going to help us. This, I do feel, from Mercury going direct, something at a foundation level is going to move. Now, that kind of worries me because I'll tell you how I go. I'll unbox his tomorrow. I'm at the position in Australia with Neptune going station direct, and I'm, trying to get everything done. And I think, God, anything Neptune. No, not Neptune, Uranus and Taurus. Anything Uranus and Taurus, see? Sudden, drastic. Even if it's station, I'm looking around going, please don't hurt me. This can be information. Okay, something's happening. I think this is on your twin side. So whatever this is, it's coming in. I really think whatever this is, the hold up, it's got nothing to do with you guys. It might be in an emotional sense if you've got blockages, because that does depend on where you are. But there's something happening very quick. You might get some information that upsets you. This can be over the next week. But it's bringing love into the situation. So it can be a deep conversation. It can be a revelation. This could make you a bit worried. This could make you feel concerned. I'm hearing divine feminine doesn't like surprises. Why don't we like surprises? You tell me everything. Do we really want to know everything? Don't know. I actually said that to a person the other day. If we were to know everything, because we have this obsessiveness where we really want to know everything. If you got inside your own brain, you know what goes on in your brain. Could you imagine if your twin was privy to everything that was going on in your mind? I think they would go for medication. Okay, I'm telling you, I know my twin would. He'd be like, wow, you've got some interesting magical conversations going on up there, girl. I didn't need to help him run for the hills. He would have run for the hills. He would have been, you change your mind a lot. I do. So to a degree, some of you are feeling that if you were privy to that information off their mind, you'd be safe. Not true. So not true. You'd freak out. You'd be like, there you go, the third eye. I heard about it the other day. Heard it through the grapevine. We've got the unicorn. Now, the unicorn is the magical magician energy through the third eye. Now, we do tend to manifest poorly through the third eye because we have ego attachment. All right. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. Be careful what you wish for. Do you really want to know what's in their mind? It's coming out. I don't know if I want to know. Okay, what is this about, please? I don't know. Do we grab a tarot card? It's going to be a change. Okay, whatever this is, it's going to be a good change. But I think it's almost like deep down, away from the ego, but it's like you want to tell yourself those self-fulfilling prophecies. They don't love me. They love the karmic. Well, it's always going to be this way. And it's like, seriously, will you really put up with it forever? No. Come on. Have faith. Yeah, that's why you're asking the questions. I don't believe it. I did say this. It feels like there is a proposal coming in. Yes, there's regrets, okay? There's regrets. This person, the art of appreciation, they've always appreciated you. I think the abandonment is, oh my gosh, that person left me and therefore they've never appreciated me. Usually it's the polar opposite. It's like, no, I did appreciate you. I just thought you were crazy for loving me. I think you need to go on your way. I've got some dramas going on here and they're not too hot. So I think you need to go and peace out. Just be you, do you, boo. And so that made you question yourself when deep down this is not personal. This is something inside of their life to do with commitment energy. So it made you feel that that person isn't committed to you, which technically it can feel like abandonment. You left me. I hope I'm entertaining you and I hope I'm not offending you. It is Mercury Shadow Direct. I only speak this way because I've been there myself. I've done this. I've done worse. God, if I was a movie, you would have laughed. It would have been worse than Bridget Jones's story. That hairbrush, the eating the food on the couch with the food hanging out. Yeah, I've been there. And the large underwear. Yeah. The got to shave the legs. 100. What else? Getting stuck between a rock and a hard place of two people. I never thought that'd happen. Okay. I swear I can hear something. Lock your doors. Not from them. It's just the transits. Okay, another card, please. Well, I'm down for this. Ooh! You're getting spicy, Love Town. Okay, be open. You know, it was really funny. I was pulling the card and the first thing I heard was hair, makeup, makeover. And again, not everyone in hair is feminine. Like feminine empath, yes, but when we talk about divine feminine, whomever is the empath, the emotional energy, that's you, okay? This is what we're discussing because both masculine and feminine have that. We do swap roles. Some of us have been in a bit of excessive divine masculine, which doesn't help the piece because we're actually with Jupiter in Aries at the moment. So it is Chiron energy. There is, again, heart-centered energy in both Virgo, and Chiron is the it's the wounded healer, okay? But it's the higher heart chakra and the hands. So in the chakra point, it is coming from here. It's the death card in Tarot after the Scorpio eclipse. Through darkness comes light. You're having this rebirth. It can feel for you emotionally, you're getting your Cinderella dress on, okay? So it's like that rebirth. It's getting that vibe back. It's in recovery. And it's funny, it almost feels like being a recovery addict, really. You're coming into this brand new awareness and vibration. It does feel beautiful. It's when you get an expansion of the heart chakra, usually it feels like you're deeply protective of it, and then it just expands. You can have an absolute purge and a crying binge, and then it's like a release. It just feels so light. So if you find that there's pent-up energy, exercise, drink fluid, eat the green food groups. You can do guided meditation for the higher heart chakra and the third eye, especially if you're getting the headaches. We're station direct. I could say avoid the caffeine, but if you go completely off it and you do drink caffeine, you're going to get headaches. So it's probably better to moderate on it than go to extremities. But I do feel, you know, there is this heart-centered energy, and through the healing is actually attracting it in. Okay. Is there going to be movement with this individual? Oh, I'm seeing there's movement. I feel that you're like, this person's speaking their mind though. So whatever it is, it feels as though they're going to be speaking their mind. Okay. If you had felt, oh wow. If you felt you had to let go and go, they're coming in very quickly. I think Some of you, they could be expressing that they actually can't let you go. Okay, they're like, oh no, I haven't let you go. And I don't mean that you can't move on. I mean, this person spiritually still has that love inside their heart for you. They haven't projected it towards you because, you know, that ends up being manipulation, especially if the person's in a third-party relationship. They're not going to outright say, hey, by the way, FY, I really love you. Some of them will. But the heart-centered energy is like that. They've always had faith in this. It's got nothing to do with the fact that they don't have faith in you. But they're starting to have faith in themselves of what their convictions are and their truth to do with love is. And I do think this is a breakthrough. I kind of feel that there is a potential conversation. This can be anywhere from now to all the way to the end of next week, which we'll have another one before then. But what I'm saying is there's healing. Look after your heart chakra. I do feel you guys socializing, but there's lots of many changes you're going through. You're going to need energy, so you're going to have to really look after your body. If you're going through spiritual changes, you could potentially have these reflections of the good, the bad, and the ugly coming up. Let's pull some chakras for the good, the bad, the ugly. We said we were going to do it, and I didn't. That's Mercury for you. Thank you for the smiley faces, Giggle. I enjoyed that. 2. Okay, your spirituality has been tested. By the time we reach the full moon in Sagittarius, it keeps being shown to me. This week we are having a conjunction to Pluto, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Be aware of your surroundings, right? What I'm seeing is the reason why there was a hold up and everything felt horrible is we felt we went backwards during Mercury retrograde. You guys aren't. Once you let go of attachment and come to terms with things, that's when you're going to get the communication, okay? Well, we're coming back again. We've got 2 more videos. Bad. What is the bad part? Is our mouth, okay? We need to be careful. If we're getting spiteful, you're not going to get to the bottom of things. I don't know. I heard the other day, listen more, speak less. If we've said it, do we need to say it again? Let the person speak. Ask the critical questions. If you're going to mask someone, don't mask someone and then go back on your word. I mean, if it's like, look, this is it. This is it. It has to be. Otherwise, you know, you don't follow through with things. People are never going to believe you. It sucks. It hurts. It's having to be big, pulling the big girl Bridget Jones's panties up. But it's like, just moderate, listen. If you get angry and you have to create a healthy boundary, you have to. You know what I mean? It's not, if you have to say, look, that's not appropriate, go for gold. But just be aware of the communication style of what's coming through. Also, if you're hearing gossip, somebody's just trying to be mean to you, don't own it. That's theirs. Shove it back. Block. Simple. Conversation over. Storyline done. Go on. Makes people madder because they can't say anything like, oh. And come on, there's a Patreon in the house. I gave a sister a hand there. She had a karmic inbox her, so I was like, you know, really downing her profile, downing her image, and I was like, I'm just going to add fuel to the fire, and I'm just going to say how stunning she is. I'm such a cow. Ugly. Okay, good, the bad, the ugly. Cross your T's and dot your I's. Dot your I's and cross your T's, okay? Watch yourselves. Keep everything above board. Keep everything above board. Okay, something to do with families coming up. Okay, the ugly is going to be, if we're pushed, we will have to make judgment, right? Don't push unless you're willing to do it. So the ugly part of it will be, maybe there is a circumstance that divine masculine is dealing with That is a reality that we do need to look at. That is, we need to take a grounded approach. It's going to get messy before it gets better. And that's not with everything, right? You know, sometimes this is just a thing where the person is emotionally coming to terms with things. Sometimes it can be a karmic partner. There are different cycles. So it depends on where you are. We can use the astrology to look at the energy collectively. And I can say with Pisces over to Jupiter, there's movement. It'll look yucky initially. It'll be maybe projectile, aggressive, maybe having a bevy or two. And then it can be more assertive where they'll be pushing back on individuals. And that can be on us at times as well, especially if we feel we're having to play chess or we're feeling insecure. Both parties are going to push back at each other. So you've got to be grounded. And you don't want to create more mess than already is. But at the same time, I feel it's happening more so in the karmic side of things. But that can be your frustration at the moment. It's like, when's this going to be over? So that could there be a document or a judgment that's getting messy in this? Yes, there could be. Just, you know, to the left, to the left. Last card, advice for Divine Feminine for week 2. This is week 2. We haven't got there yet, but some of you may be ahead, so this can start playing out right now, especially with you know, Neptune. So, yeah. So we haven't got there yet. You do realise that. But you guys are getting a week ahead. Technically, I could have done this at the end of this week. We're only at the 3rd here. I don't know what day of the week it is. You know what I mean? We're ahead anyway. Okay. Oh, you won't let you don't own me. Possession. And not your suitcase. I don't know, whoever this is, it's like you kind of think you're becoming part of your own dreams. But you're kind of saying, you know, what is it? If you want to put a ring on it, you know, that kind of, what would the word be? Realizing that while you're single, you're single. It doesn't mean you don't have a spiritual connection and, you know, the connection isn't there because you are connected, right? It doesn't have to be you need to be in an intimate relationship to not be with the person. You are with the person. That person is directly spiritually connected to you. If they're having assimilation and they're in a connection for karmic reasons, that's not a relationship. That is, I am recovering here. And that's why I said I will do videos based on the reasons we get into relationships. If it rises an insecurity inside of you, it can be past life or a belief that you need to purge out of you. Once you come to terms with it, the contract ends. You know, you don't believe that, but I've seen it hundreds of times inside my own path and my clients. This is coming to a head, okay? You guys are tired, dolls. Recover, look after yourself, protect your energy. If people come towards you with BS, block to the left, compartmentalization, next, move forward. Don't even think about them. Don't give your energy to that. Is somebody stalking you at the minute? Yes, just block, next. Focus on your path, protect your aura. If you need to, put salt around your house. Do what you need to do. Use Trumbuline. Not yet, Lord. YouTube, I don't know what's going on with you. You know? You love that song. You don't own me. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah. Very defiant energy here. So that kind of shows that you are going to get a bit more vivacious. We're going to go from feeling emotional to don't. I'm doing me. I'm down for that. I think that's a nice vibe. I think most of us would feel a lot more sane if we were getting to that space, I think, personally. Do you? Are you down for that? I just want to, Chara, if you do your hair, I want to see that hair, woman. I want to see that purple black lipstick or whatever you were going to do in your hair. I'm down for seeing that. Any other feminine or, you know, want to send me a photo of their upgrade? We'll do a Divine Feminine wall. We'll share it in here and then we'll share it on the main page. So if you want to send it to me and you've done a, you know, let's check in a week. Whoever wants to be included, feel free to send it through to me. I'll make a little image in Canva and we can do a Divine Feminine, you know, don't do the before. We don't want to look at that. We can maybe have that in the members hub as proof, but we'll leave. We won't show the public that. It's almost like saying goodbye to the old you. Yeah, so within the week, we can give it 1-2 weeks, we'll see. We'll double check in with each other. Remind me, and we'll get a photo. And we'll have to challenge each other. We'll have to do some twin flame challenges that we get back into for that self-love, I think, and we can start doing that in the membership too. It's like, okay, what's our challenge for the week? Smile, upside down smile. Who found that video that I shared in the Members Hub the other day? I think it was there. I'll try and share it. I'll share it on my Facebook page, and it was a comedy video, and it was to do with almost. It was tips on how to be happy, and she was like, you need to drink more, except she got vodka, and it was like, okay, that's spiritual. No, that's not what we do. We're good girls, right? And then she goes, get that upside down smile up, and she was in the shower and she was writing, help me. You got to look at comedy to make you laugh, otherwise we'll go crazy. Okay, I shall be back soon, and we will do, who do we do next? Masculine? Yeah, we'll go masculine. We'll leave the juice for the karmic soon. Okay, the twin flame updates will be up this weekend as well and truly before. And I'm going to do some extra things for you guys. I'll give you some extra updates in there due to the delay because I've been behind. For those of you that are members on my website. Now, the following month, the membership that I have on my own website, we do cover your star signs, which gives you your ascension reports. They're going to be turned into video on there. So if you want to join that, there is the intro. At the moment, it is all text, and it's dates that's given. It's got your business, astrology, your career, your ascension week by week, and your twin flame path in there too, and the star signs. And then the twin flame ones are going to come out in the next 24 hours. I've almost finished divine masculines. I've started feminines, and I've got to do the karmic and the mirror work in there. But I will be adding videos onto my website in the subscription. Okay, so there's lots changing here at YILDIZ Readings. So I will soon make a video to do with all the changes of what you can expect. But if you want to know the tier levels, go and look at the video at the moment. The first, second, third, fourth, I think there's 4 levels. The third level at the moment were twin flame updates. And they were totally for us. What we're going to do is change that to the twin flames, the lives, the weeklies. That's getting done in here prior to the Friday. It's released on that Friday. Okay? So I'll see you soon, and we'll be back for the divine masculine.